have
Yes.
made 5 bases, 5 grounds on which I'll be giving feedback to you. Okay, let's talk about the confidence part. Confidence wise, perfect. Okay, wonderfully
Oh,
confident man you are. Especially in case of spoken English, it's you will always learn from your mistakes. For example, if I'm recording this video and you will be watching it again, and from this video you will, after watching this video, you will be able to learn where I was wrong. You will be able to find out
hmm.
your mistakes. Just learn from your mistakes. This is one important note in spoken English. You are on mute. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, hi Vinita. I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing great. Well, welcome to the session. Welcome to English Yaari, Amit. And I guess this
Thank
is your
you.
first session, very first session at English Yaari.
Absolutely. Yes, yes,
That's
absolutely.
great.
Thank
So,
you so much, Vinita, first of all, for such kind words that you said in the beginning of this video. And I'm also feeling so great to see you and to be in this session. And yes, my name is Amit, and I live in Gurgaon, that is in Haryana. Right. Gurgaon, you must be having some idea of Gurgaon. It's near Delhi, right? And if I talk about my educational qualification, I'm not that educated. I mean, I'm a BBA graduate, and after that, I stopped the academic qualification. I mean, the education stuff. I started educating myself. Uh, with the help of the life related things, because I guess the school or college education was a kind of too much formal and too much I would say it was not related to the actual life, to the reality. I mean, that the textbooks don't help you that much in reality, right? That's what I thought. So after BBA, of course, I didn't continue. Of course, I'm a graduate at least, thank God, because I wanted to become a graduate at least. That's so, I had so many things going on in my mind even when I was in college, I was in school. But even with my parents, of course, my parents were not that educated. I mean, are not that educated. But of course, they also knew about. They also knew that I should be at least a graduate. Education should be there. At least a basic education should be there, so that whatever we want to do in life, we can do. But education should be there because it is a kind of stepping stone. It's a kind of base. So even I agreed to that up to some extent. Although I was not great at studies, I was a kind of second division student. A student who gets somewhere around 50, 55, 60% kind of marks. I never failed though, which was a good thing. I never failed in not even in, I never failed even in a single exam, even in a single subject. So, but yes, I never got crazy marks. Yes, I was kind of okay in English. I have always liked English as a subject, and whenever I scored the most number of marks, that was in English only, right? And I like speaking, as you must have got some idea that I can speak for us. It's just that I want to become equally good in English also, because when it comes to Hindi, I don't have any problem. I can speak in Hindi with anybody, wherever I want, whenever I want. But when it comes to English, of course, I'm not that comfortable. English, I'm not that natural in English as I'm in Hindi. But I want to be equally good in English also, so that I can, sometimes it happens I get a little conscious before speaking English. It happens when you are at a place, maybe in your office or at any public event where you have to speak, and a few people will uh, get to hear you. Like, is it a proper sentence, get to hear you?
yeah,
Okay. So then I start getting a little conscious that what if I make a blunder? Of course, I know that small mistakes are still okay. Even the native speakers, people who live in UK or US, even their English is not grammatically perfect. Even they make a lot of mistakes. But I guess as far as spoken English is concerned, or any language is concerned, I guess our main motive is to communicate, is just to make the other person understand, and to be able to understand that person. I guess that's the main motive. Yes, of course, when it comes to any test or examination, then things change. Then you have to write down all the proper things, all the you just have to be grammatically perfect. Then it's a different scenario. But I guess whatever I've spoken till now, you are able to understand, if I'm not
definitely.
wrong.
Definitely,
Yeah,
I'm getting your point.
I guess it was a very long intro, I guess. So I was a BBA graduate. I was a BBA graduate, and uh, Actually, I was doing a job, but recently, a couple of months ago, I have left that job, and I have some other things, a couple of freelancing things going on. So I'm currently focusing on them. I don't know how long I do that. I do that stuff. And in my family, there's my mother, and I have a younger brother also. My father is unfortunately no more. And in my hobbies, I love cricket. Although I've not played it since a very long time, like it's been more than a year, so I will get back on the field because I love cricket, and I love watching it, of course. Apart from that, I like singing also. Although I'm not at all professional, I'm not, I have not taken any formal education or course or training for that. But I just like it. I mean, whenever I feel like singing, so I start singing, eyes closed, and I'm in some other world. And yeah, there are so many other hobbies also. I like watching movies, especially thriller movies, comedy movies, and movies that are biopics, right? Reality based, that are based on reality. Sometimes I like fictional movies also, if they are very well written, very well scripted, very well presented. So I like those movies also. Uh, yeah, and another hobby is this English. I just want to become really good at English so that I can communicate. One problem, what I've noticed with myself is whenever I'm consuming any English content, that too from any native place, like any content produced in US or UK, so sometimes my comprehension, it doesn't go that well, because they have their accent. So sometimes, not sometimes, every time, I turn on the subtitles, and many times it happens is whenever they speak bigger lines, and that too very fast. So I just have to pause the video, and then I read the sentence properly and try to understand, okay, this is what he or she has said. So that's what happens. But I started watching Friends. You must be knowing Friends. There was a popular program, popular show, sitcom show. So I have watched almost 16 sessions till now, because I started watching it almost 4 or 5 days back only. So 16 sessions, I've completed 16 sessions, and in these 16 sessions only, I have started feeling a little bit of improvement in myself in the comprehension part. I started understanding them a little better
Better.
whenever they speak. So I'm trying to I'm able to understand at least 60 to 70 or almost 80% of whatever they speak. So earlier, I guess, when I started watching this show, because I don't usually consume English content. Whenever there is I watch a lot of YouTube. So whenever there is any important video in English, so I usually watch those kind of stuff. But I'm not a regular English content consumer. But when I started watching this Friends show, in the beginning, in the very first episode, I was understanding, like, at least I was understanding only about 30 to 40% without looking at the subtitles. But now I'm able to understand
It,
around 70% of the content,
yeah.
whatever they speak,
Okay. So
in
it
just
happens.
16 episodes. Yeah,
It
one
definitely
episode, one episode lasts only about 20 to 21 minutes.
true.
So in the 16th episode itself, I started noticing that, okay, I am getting a little better, maybe 1 or 2%, 3%, but yes, an improvement is there. Because when it comes to any person from India or from any Asian country, when an Asian person speaks English, I'm able to understand almost everything. You can say 99.99%. Whatever you are speaking, or whatever any Indian speaks in English, I'm able to understand almost everything. But when it comes to the UK people and US people, Australian, oh my God, Australian people are, I mean, I guess they are the toughest to understand, to be very honest. I mean, they are, I'm trying my level best to understand them. Sometimes whenever they speak slow, I'm able to understand. But because I watch a lot of cricket, so in cricket, Australia is a very popular team. So whenever I try to, whenever I watch any interview or anything of the popular players of Australia, they speak very fast. Not only their accent is of another level, at the same time they speak very fast. I mean, I just don't understand. But whenever they speak a little slow, then I'm able to understand. Ricky Ponting is, he needs no introduction. I guess he's
He's
one of the
commentator right
all-time
now,
greats.
right? He's commentator.
Uh, Currently he's doing the comment. Currently he's doing commentary, but earlier he was
A very good player,
a great
an
batsman. Yeah,
incredible
uh,
batsman.
one of the all-time greats, I would say. He speaks very fast. I mean, either I just have to slow down the YouTube video or I just have to pause sometimes. So yeah, Australian accent is, I guess, some other level.
So, do you
Yeah, I
want to
spoke.
reach the level of the Australian accent?
I don't want to copy their accent. I just want to be able to understand them because I don't want to copy any accent. I guess whatever accent I have, I will try to keep that only. I don't. I have seen people, Indian people only, who are living in India. It's not that they are living at some other place or something. Still, they try to apply some accent, and it looks a little fake.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
believe.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that thing. I just want to carry my own accent. I guess what I feel, I might be wrong. What I feel is, I guess our accent is the purest one. I guess it is the easiest one to understand. That's what I feel.
And it is the most comfortable in conveying, and yes, it is wonderful, wonderful. Also, when our cricketers speak, okay, when our
Hmm.
Indian team speak for the interview or for after the match sessions, so they are always easy to understand. They are treat to ears. They speak fast also, they speak clearly also. There is
Hmm.
clarity in our communication. So yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely Indians, they always speak very well. They are always very good at English. And yes, so as you said about Australians also, so I too felt the same thing. So they are very fast. Their pace and their speed is little extra, okay, as compared to ours. But yeah, this is their way of speaking. And
Hmm.
if we'll be
Yeah,
copying and if we'll be trying to match that level, we'll either sound fake, or we'll either be uncomfortable with the way we'll be speaking. So it's always
absolutely.
better
Yeah,
to adopt an accent and to adopt the communication, so as to be easy in conveying, so as to be speaking in a manner in which your message is conveyed to your audience in an effective manner. Okay, speed
absolutely.
doesn't matter, and also your accent doesn't matter. All you need to do is your
Absolutely.
message should reach the mass, your message should reach your audience in an effective manner. So this should be the motive
Absolutely.
always. And the 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 faster you speak, the more repetitions you will have to do in India, at least, because we'll be speaking very fast, and the person listening to you will always be like, "Pardon, sorry, can you please repeat?" And you will have to repeat it, twice and thrice. So that doesn't make any sense. Instead, speak in
That's
a
waste of energy.
yeah, speak in a manner which is good for hearing also. Okay, which is easy to hear and easy to understand also. So this is the motive we should always carry, Amit, I think. Okay. And
Absolutely.
one thing which I noticed, you are wonderful at speaking, Amit. You are very good at speaking. The way the way you talk, and the way you share, the way you open up with your audience, the way you open up with the listener is very good. Like the way you introduced yourself, you tried to tell everything about you. Okay, mostly. So most of the things you covered. In fact, I would love to listen more to you. If you have anything to convey, you can definitely tell me. I'm here to listen.
Yes, exactly. Whatever you said about that thing, the accent thing. Sometimes, if you try to copy accent, we might look funny as well. I don't want to be offensive for anybody, but yes, sometimes whenever I notice someone putting an accent, so they sometimes look funny, they sometimes look fake, right? So the other person, uh, does not connect with you that very well, I guess. And yes, about you can ask me about
Okay.
anything so that
Oh,
it will be
there's
easier for
one
me to
important
tell.
question. Since this is the very first session here for you at English Yaari, Amit,
Yes.
Okay.
Actually it's my second session. If I try to be completely honest, the thing is, I registered with some other email ID, some other mobile number earlier, but this time my brother actually created his account, but he was not available for this session. So I thought that I should take the advantage of this session, and because after this session also, I will be subscribing to the entire plan also, and I will be looking forward to chat with you in maybe some upcoming sessions also. So
Definitely.
yeah, that's the main story. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be looking forward to it, definitely, and that would be a privilege, and I will be always grateful to have you and listen to you and speak to you, learn from you, definitely. Yes, Amit.
And I would like to say one more thing. Your face resembles with my auntie. My auntie, I mean to say, the wife of my father's brother.
Okay, so do I look like aunt?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. I mean, your face resembles. Of course,
Okay.
you are younger than her. Of course, you are way younger than her. But your face looks like her.
Okay, so you can always feel like you are talking to your aunt.
I was about to say that. Yes.
Okay, so that's great. Okay, I'm glad to hear that, Amit. And yes, now I want to ask you what made you, what made you end up here, and what made you land up here at English Yari? Like, what is your main concern?
I guess first of all, the main thing is my fascination towards this language. I want to become. I mean, I don't have any particular motive like I want to get a very good job. Only for that reason, I'm learning this English language, or I'm moving to some other country. For that reason only, I'm here to learn English. That's not my reason. Of course, with English, you get a lot more opportunities. It's a great skill. You can communicate with so many people, right? It's a great advantage, especially for the Indian people. I mean, even in India, I would still say that still, uh, I don't think more than 10 to 15% in India can speak fluent English, proper English, even today, right? Because more than 30% or 35% people are below poverty line. I mean, we should forget them. So at least you can say at least how much? At least 30 to 40 crore people in India are not even speaking English. They are not even bothered about it. And if we talk about the rest of the people, I guess hardly 10 to 15 to maximum 20 crore people in India can speak proper English today.
True.
Right. Apart from those people, still people in India are struggling, and still English is a very big thing for them. It's a very big skill for them. Right. So that is my reason. And another reason, I don't know whether I should disclose it or not, but I think I should disclose it. It's not a something. It's not a big secret or something. Whenever I watch a celebrity, uh, of course, an Indian celebrity or any celebrity from especially Indian celebrity. Let's just stick with Indian celebrities only. Whenever I see them giving any interview, they are speaking in English. Of course, the content they are producing by celebrity, I'm trying to talk about Bollywood celebrities, people who are creating content in Hindi language. So whenever they are giving any interview in English language, right? So I admire them a lot. I watch those kind of videos a lot, and I look. I mean, I don't know how to frame this sentence. I look myself at their place,
I visualize
and I visualize, and I feel like I am giving that interview, and I'm speaking that fluent English. I'm able to converse with them properly without any difficulty. So I feel like there will be a time will come when I will also be giving such kind of interviews. I don't know for what reasons. Maybe I can be a Bollywood celebrity or any sportsman or any kind of celebrity or any kind of popular person in general, right? I will be popular at some time in near future in my life. I feel like this. I mean, I have a kind of belief. I can't tell you the reason, but I feel like this. I don't know why. So I think like, what if I'm giving an interview and I'm not good at English? So I should be great at English so that I'm also able to converse with the other person in English. Like I watch Shah Rukh Khan or Amitabh Bachchan, they speak great English, and they are able to converse with the other person, and they are not facing any difficulty. So I always feel like I also want to be like them. And for that, I can do anything. I can do any kind of practice. I can do any kind of thing. And I would also like to tell you one thing, that in my family, nobody speaks English. There is no culture of English. Even in the school that I studied in, of course, I was in an English medium school, but see, the thing was, there was no culture of speaking English. It was not mandatory for us to speak in English. There was no rule. And I guess there should have been that kind of rule. If you are in an English medium school, I mean, the school was not completely English medium. There was English medium also and Hindi medium also. I was in an English medium section, right? But English was, of course, it was supposed to be in English only. Apart from English subject, there was science in English, and there was mathematics in English. Even the social studies was in Hindi only,
Okay.
right? So when you are studying science, I mean, the kind of terminology used in science is not something that you use in day-to-day language, first of all. So you can't learn anything from there as far as spoken language is concerned. Now we move to mathematics. Same thing goes for mathematics also. There are certain jargon, certain terminology that is specific to that maths only. It is not related to the spoken language. English was the only subject, and that was the only subject which I loved so much, and I used to get the maximum marks in English only.
Okay.
So no speaking culture was there. So we used to speak in Hindi only. So that's why my English, I didn't get any chance of improving my English.
But no
I still
worries.
remember when I,
Better late
yes,
than never. Now you have been opportunized with such wonderful platforms, and we have got such approaches where we can improve our English and keep learning. And I must say, this is a great initiative by you, Amit. And yes, you will be uh, definitely seeing change in yourself, in the confidence part, in everything you will be change, uh, just witnessing the change. But the only thing required is, continuous practice. And you need to be regular with what with the conversation, because if we'll be having breaks, so again that link will be broken. So it's better to be
absolutely,
regular with our communication, uh, either at home or at some other platforms, wherever possible. But we need to be regular with it, okay? Otherwise
exactly,
it will be affected definitely. And now,
yes,
Amit, it's almost time to wrap up the session. Okay, we have exceeded the time, and we'll be quickly moving to the feedback part. Would you love to have it?
absolutely. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so Amit, since this is the very first session of yours with me, right? And I have
Yes,
made five bases, five grounds on which I'll be giving feedback to you. Okay, so those five grounds are confidence. Okay, number two is sentence making. Number three is grammar. Okay, number four is vocabulary. Okay, and number
yes,
five is fluency and pronunciation. Okay, fluency
okay.
and pronunciation. Let's talk about the confidence part. Confidence wise, perfect. Okay, wonderfully
Oh,
confident man you are. Okay, very, very
thank you
good,
so much.
Amit. It was great listening to you, lovely listening to you. Then comes sentence making. Again, sentence making is quite good, I will say. Quite good, very good. Okay, you're able to speak for almost it's 27 minutes. Okay, and you are speaking, that means you have got a good command on sentence making also. Grammar, it is good. Okay, there were a few, like handful of mistakes which I noticed. And basically the first session which I take is most about analysis. Okay, I analyze the learner, I analyze the way of
Hmm,
speaking. Okay, now let's talk about the vocabulary part. Vocabulary is something which is endless. Okay, it is endless. So
absolutely. Yeah,
you will have one, you will use one word today, and you will be getting another a better word tomorrow. Okay, and even better day after tomorrow. So this is endless part, and it can only be improved with regular practice and regular, reading approaches or communication. Last is fluency
yes,
and pronunciation. Again, this is good. And as you know very well, fluency and pronunciation is something which can be corrected again with communication, because if you won't speak. How will you be able to correct yourself? Okay, so it's
Exactly. Yeah.
always required to speak just to correct ourselves. Okay, and especially in case of spoken English, it's you will always learn from your mistakes. Okay, so if you will
Hmm.
commit mistakes, for example, if I'm recording this video and you will be watching it again, and from this video you will, after watching this video, you will be able to learn where I was wrong. You will be able to find out
Hmm.
your mistakes. So uh, just learn from your mistakes. This is one important note in spoken English. Okay, and everything was very very good, although there are few words which I have written for the pronunciation and for the vocabulary replacement. So I'll be telling you about it. Okay, so we'll be talking
Yeah.
about the replacement part first, although the words were correct. Definitely they were very good,
Hmm.
but we can use some other word in place of that. Okay,
Some better words.
yeah,
Okay.
so all the easy words are written by me, nothing very difficult. Okay, so one was it was so great. I felt so great. So instead of great, we can say okay, you told I felt so great talking to you, listening to you. Okay, so I don't remember the exact sentence. So you can say I felt delighted listening to you.
Hmm.
Delighted.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
then it okay, so when we speak in English like foreigners, it seems like we um, sounds fake, or so instead of fake we can say uh, people lacks actuality. Okay, so instead of
Okay.
fake we can use this. Then I was not very great in um, studies, so we can say I didn't excel in studies. I didn't
Hmm.
excel.
Yeah.
Okay. So instead
Yeah.
of very great. So there are next is few people I know. So a few people are able to speak in English very well. So we can say some people. Okay, instead of
Okay.
some people. Then you can say you told I left job. Okay, 2 months back. So I quit.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and any improvement needed. So I yeah, after watching Friends, there was any improvement. Okay, so there was some improvement, some instead of any, some. Okay, so
Okay.
these were few things. Then you whatever you was speaking, no, you were speaking.
Were.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were
Were.
speaking. So this was one. Now we'll be talking about the pronunciation part. Okay, I'll be saying the
Hmm.
words and you have to repeat after me. Is that okay?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Okay, Amit. So the first word is which has been used multiple times in our session today is English. Say English.
English.
Yes, very good. Say again. English.
English.
Very good. Start.
Start.
Okay. Opportunity.
Opportunity.
Very good. Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Crores.
Crores as in the currency crores.
Yes, crores.
Crores.
Yeah,
Crores.
crores. Okay. So, English, start, opportunity, of course, crores. These are the few basic words which needed little bit change in pronunciation. Okay, it I won't call it wrong, but yeah, it
Hmm.
can be improved. So this is how
Yeah.
what I noticed. Okay. And yes, Amit, it was lovely listening to you. And it was really, it was really good listening to you. So, yes, I'll be looking forward
Thank you
to
so
more
much.
and more sessions with you. I hope you had a wonderful session. Did you have a good session today?
Absolutely, it was.
Okay.
Uh, it was delight. It was a delighted session
No,
for me.
I was
Is
delighted.
that right?
I'm,
I was
I
delighted.
am delighted. I am delighted.
I'm delighted to be in this session.
Very good,
Is that
very
right?
good usage, Amit. Okay, so yes, I'll be looking forward to more and more sessions with you, Amit. And till then, have a good day, have a good Sunday, have a good week ahead, and keep learning, keep growing, and keep improving yourself. And you are doing
You too have a
great
great
job.
Vinita.
Thank you so much for joining
Thank you
in.
so much for your time,
Thanks
Vinita.
a lot.
Thank you.